Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes not corn, and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium, his record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby, when pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. U would be Ubel if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W, Wagner, the bow-legged beauty, short, closed to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of 2 X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there. These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Ash, January 1949, Sport Magazine.
Armchair.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
You can't drink like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone. Ground ball
ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right, down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding dong, but 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Touch them all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all!
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime. This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
Is this not America? Is baseball
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my life here. Down it! I love them. Good seats, huh? You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on. Oh, I must be in the front row. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing.
We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball! Good seats, hey, buddy? He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
Can you predict what will come in 100 years? Or in 10? Or in the next minute? Some people think they can. Nuclear scientists, mathematicians, astronomers, biologists. Because they see beyond the known dimensions of time and space.
Armchair.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Welcome to October, boys and girls, here on Braves Country Radio. You're listening live as we march closer to crowning a champion for 2025. I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside and get ready for what should be a great day in Major League Baseball. We'll go over the lineups as the game goes on. Make sure to like and subscribe and become a member today. Jump in the chat. Tell us where you hail from, as roll call is on the way. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of Major League Baseball. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing designated hitter for the Toronto Blue Jays, it's George Springer. 32 home runs, 84 RBI, 18 stolen bases, batting .309. Nathan Lukes batting second, playing left. 12 home runs, 65 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .255. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. batting third, 23 home runs, 84 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .292. And Anthony Santander is batting cleanup in right field once again. 6 home runs, 18 RBI, a 175 clip. Alejandro Kirk behind home plate, batting fifth. 15 home runs, 76 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .282. And Dalton Varsho is batting sixth and patrolling center field for the Blue Jays. He's got 20 home runs, 55 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .238 on the year. Addison Barger batting seventh, playing third. 21 home runs, 74 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .243. Ernie Clement batting 8th and playing 2nd. 9 home runs, 50 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .277. And Andres Jimenez is batting 9th and playing short. He's got 7 home runs on the season, 35 RBI, 12 stolen bases, batting .210. On the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays, it's Shane Bieber. Bieber, this season, is 4-3 with a 3.54 ERA and a 1.06 WHIP. He'll be going head-to-head with George Kirby. Kirby, 10-8 with a 4.21 ERA and a 1.19 WHIP. Backing up Kirby in the bottom of the first inning for the Seattle Mariners, leading off and playing left field, it's Randy Arozarena, a .238 average, 27 home runs, 76 RBI, 31 stolen bases. Batting second behind home plate, it's the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. 60 home runs, 125 RBI, 14 stolen bases, batting .247. Batting third, patrolling center field for the Mariners, it's Julio Rodriguez. 32 home runs, 95 RBI, 30 stolen bases, batting .267. Jorge Polanco is batting cleanup and playing second. He's got 26 home runs, 78 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .265. Josh Naylor is batting fifth and playing first. He's got 20 home runs, 92 RBI, 30 stolen bases, batting .295. Eugenio Suarez batting sixth and playing third. 49 home runs, 118 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .228. Gonzone is batting seventh, the designated hitter. 11 home runs, 32 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .300. Victor Robles is batting eighth and in right field. He's got 1 home run, 9 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .245. J.P. Crawford batting ninth and at short. 12 home runs, 58 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .265. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Ben May. Your first base umpire, Marvin Hudson. Second base will be manned by DJ Rayburn, and down the third base line, it's Quinn Walcott. Left field will be patrolled by Ryan Addington, and tucked into the right field corner is Doug Eddings. Doug Eddings, home plate umpire for Game 2, 27 missed calls. Wow. The Seattle Mariners are minus 122 on the money line. Toronto plus 113 in the desert. The over-under is 7. Our pick to click tonight for the Toronto Blue Jays, we'll go ahead and take Santander. He's 6 for 15 lifetime, 400 average with 2 home runs and 5 RBI. And on the Seattle side, we'll go ahead and grab Jorge Polanco, a .276 average, and he has seen Bieber 29 times in his career, by far the most of anybody in the lineup. Suarez has gone yard against Bieber 1 time. He's the only one in the lineup for the Mariners. And the only one in the Blue Jays who've gone yard on Kirby was Santander. Your over-under tonight is 7. We're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, Game 3 of the ALCS.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
All right, see who we got in here tonight. I see Henry Roblox, The Walk, Country Club member Uncle Charlie, and moderator, Tree Nug moderator, Country Club member. Gary the Real McCoy is in the club. Good to see you, Gary. He Blake is in here tonight. See who we have as I scroll backwards. Laura P.A. or Laura Pa. Not sure which one you prefer. We'll just call you Laura or LP. Good to see you, Laura. We'll put it in the chat here in a second, pin it to the top. But if you're having a hard time bringing the broadcast in, it's a YouTube thing. We've done a couple of checks on it, so you may have to refresh your screen. Once you get it in there, I would suggest to not go out because YouTube's having issues tonight. Don't know why, but it is not on our end. It is, and it's not user error on your end either. It is YouTube is having issues. I'm sure they'll get it fixed soon. Good to see you, Peter. And Joyce down in Mexico, along with Andrew. Tell us where you hail from. We're going to take a really quick break. When we return. Pitch by pitch, play by play, Ready 70. Yep, it was the same thing for me, Ready. I had the same issue. We were trying to run a couple of different devices. Like, what in the hell's going on? I've never seen it do that before, but we went to a couple other things on YouTube, and it's doing it around the clock, around YouTube. They're probably doing some kind of an update they shouldn't do in the middle of prime hours. All right, we're going to be right back in a flash. Get locked in, girls and boys. Game 3 of the ALCS. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
You're in Braves country.
Welcome in, y'all. Just getting ready for the beginning of the game, and as soon as the 3D kicks in, we will bring it to you. As you're a newbie, we do this at the beginning, put something over the screen so that when it comes in, it doesn't shake on you. But as soon as we get it, we drop the curtain and away we go. 3D MLB. And tonight, we've got the Blue Jays versus the Mariners. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We bring you the entire October experience right here on Braves Country Radio. Rest of the games, rest of the way, pitch by pitch, play by play. Had to take a couple of games off during the postseason. Pretty much, we brought you the whole thing. A couple of things that could not be avoided. We are locked in. Well, maybe. I almost got T-boned today. Going through a traffic light. Woo! Hot coffee coming in, man. Dude was running the red light. Brakes were hit just in time. That'll pucker some things. Dude was on a road you're supposed to be going about 40, 45. He was easily 60. Going 63. Well, that's interesting. I would have thought this game would have been on regular Fox, but I guess it's only on the cable channels tonight. So in the background, I have a goofy game show playing in the background. That's odd. Hope you're enjoying your evening. Y'all ready, 70? Liz, good to see you. I know you're ready for your Blue Jays. We got a couple of the Blue Jays. We put a poll up to find out where everybody stands. James Fisher, a couple of the folks staggering in late, probably from last call. You saw on your screen there, we're doing the curious case of Shoeless Joe to the Hall of Fame. That'll be Thursday, 6:30 p.m., November 6th. So it's the first Thursday after the World Series. And we'll be going over these Once Upon a Pastime series. We did a few of them last year. We're going to do many more this year. They'll be on Thursday nights, and they'll all take place around 6:30. We're going to get in and out of them, so those of y'all who want to go catch a football game, we'll be out of the way by then in plenty of time. And then on Friday nights, for you country club members, we're doing Braves Country Theater, where we go back into the archives and call a game. And we're going to try something different and new. We just don't know if it's going to work. I think it will. Just have to be here to see it. Did I say last call I'm in a happy hour? Seattle fans are ready to rock and roll here great Northwest, the Emerald City. And they're hoping to take a commanding 3-0 lead. This has to feel like do or die for Toronto. You go down 3-0. I'm saying it can't be done because we all know the Boston Red Sox did it in 04, but it's highly unlikely. Next 3 games, if necessary, are here in Seattle. The last 2 will be in Toronto. We'll go ahead and kill the intro music as we get set here. It's going to be George Kirby on the bump tonight. He throws a 4-seam fastball 29% of the time, a slider 27% of the time, a sinker 27%, and a curve at 12%, a split and change come in at 5% even. So a true kitchen sinker. Mariners are wearing their home whites. Top to bottom, Mariners across the chest in green and blue. Same thing with the names and numerals on the back. Dark blue ball caps with the Seattle Mariner logo on the front in silver. And we are just about set for pitch by pitch, play by play. The classic call in Major League Baseball. Leading off tonight, in case you missed the intro, George Springer, Lukes, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Kirby throwing his final warm-up tosses. As we wait for the 3D to kick in. Blue Jays are wearing their light blues, top to bottom. It's like Randy Johnson threw out the first pitch, or at least he got a standing ovation. Yeah, he threw out the first pitch tonight. I hadn't seen him in a while. It's good to see. Coming to the plate is George Springer. We are just about set. As soon as it kicks in, we will bring it to you. Blue Jays wearing light blue top to bottom. Blue Jays across the chest. They'll be wearing a dark blue ball cap with the Blue Jay logo. George Springer digging in, the right-hander. Kirby coming set as we bring you into the fold. And we are just about set. Yes, sir! It is baseball time in October. The first pitch on the way is down and in for a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Usually takes a minute for this all to lock in together, so we'll wait for it to come into the fold. The 0-1 swung on, chops it over to third. It's going to be a 5-3 putout. Suarez to Naylor, one away. Left to right across the outfield for the Seattle Mariners. The Tridents will have Arozarena, Julio, and Robles. Around the horn, left to right, third to first, it'll be Suarez, J.P. Crawford, Polanco, and Josh Naylor. Cal Raleigh behind the plate. Of course, Kirby on the bump. Kirby goes back to work. Third pitch of the night is a 97-mile-an-hour fastball up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Nathan Lukes batting .412 in the postseason. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it back. It's 0-2. Looks like the 3D's a touch behind, so I'm going to slow us down here for a second to try to get it to line up as close as I can. It might jump forward on me, but we'll deal with it as we go along. So an 0-2 count. Standing on deck is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. as Luke steps out of the box. He starts to dig back in. George Kirby looking into Cal Raleigh. He's got him set up high. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. And he'll fire one in there inside. Just misses. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. 0-0 your score if you're just joining us. The 1-2. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the yak 'em up top. 2 down. First strikeout on the night for Kirby. Man, was he bringing that one. Upwards of 97 miles an hour. Six foot 4, 215 pounder, 27-year-old George Kirby. As the first pitch down and away to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. misses for a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and brings it. Swing. Fouls it away. 1-1. George Kirby, drafted by the Mariners in 2019, 20th overall pick out of Elon College. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, chops it over to third. High jump by Suarez, fires it across the diamond, bad throw, and it goes, I believe, into the dugout, into the camera well, and it'll be an E5. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will go to scoring position, I believe. Waiting to see how that, maybe it hit that side wall and it's not going to go. So if it's not going to go, not nearly as bad. Let me see here. Looks like it may have stayed in play. Some bad camera angles. I believe it stayed in play. They've got him standing at first. So we'll see how. Okay, now they set him at second. I thought that went out of play, but bad camera angles by the production team. First pitch on the way is right there to Anthony Santander for a strike. It's 0-1. Santander with 2 home runs lifetime versus Kirby. So we keep an eye on that. Righty-lefty matchup. The infield back into the right. Pitch. High and out of the zone. 1-1. 1-1 count. Santander digging in. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 97 up top. 1-2. The 1-2. Kirby comes set. Looking back, the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Inside. Busts him inside with a 98-mile-an-hour heater. 2-2. That's right, Laura. The Toronto Blue Jays won back-to-back titles against the Braves and the Phillies. The more infamous one, of course, was against the Phillies with the walk-off of Joe Carter in 93. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts on the day. Error does not cost the Mariners. Tridents grab the bats. When we return, 0-0 your score.
I looked at him and he said B12. And I turned around and looked to see if he was even talking to me, and I just went, huh? And he was like, oh, my bad. I thought you was a vending machine because you a snack. And I was like, bro, your card has been declined. And he was like, see, that's the thing about vending machines. Sometimes you have to bang them a few times and get your money's worth.
That reminds me, I had a dream about your sister yesterday.
My sister? Yeah. What do you mean dream? What kind of dream?
A sex dream.
Oh, that's my sister we're talking about.
You're having sex with my sister in reality.
But that's my wife. I got a contract with the priest. You're having premarital sex dreams.
I did want to touch upon a couple things, but one major thing, Kate, you were MIA all day yesterday. You were offline. I didn't see you in any of the meetings I needed you in. Where were you?
It was Monday.
Yeah, it was Monday, which is a work day.
No, it's winter. So like summer Fridays, we get winter Mondays.
Okay, you guys, you know what? Clearly team building exercises is not working, and I am up to my wit's end.
Future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols pitched in a game for the first time in his career. His pitching debut came in his 2,988th career game, which breaks the old record by over 500 games. Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina, together they broke the record for most wins by a battery in MLB history with 203 wins together.
The greatest competitions, I think, in sports is the pitcher and the hitter. Now, I'm going to hit this ball. See, right now, I'm going to be better than you. And this pitcher's saying the same thing. I'm going to be better than you at this particular moment. This is in a pressure situation. So, and you are competing, and it's nobody can help you. Nobody can block for you in this. You got to do it on your own.
Randy Arozarena will lead us off here in the bottom of the first inning. Shane Bieber, right-hander, former Cleveland Indian Guardian, now with the Toronto Blue Jays. He throws a four-seam fastball 36% of the time, a slider 20% of the time, a curve 19%, and a change 13%. So a four-pitch pitcher, uses them all very regularly. He does have a cutter that he's been working on. He's been adding that to the mix. First pitch on the way. Outside wide to Arozarena. It's 1-0. 1-0, righty-righty matchup. Down and away, ball 2-2. 2-0 count. .88-mile-an-hour cutter up top, 2-1. Left to right across the outfield for the Blue Jays. In left, it's Lukes. Then Varsho in center and Santander in right is the 2-1 pitch. High and inside, busts him back. 3-1. Around the horn for the Bluebirds, it's Barger, Jimenez, Clement, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first. Kirk is behind the plate, and, of course, Bieber on the bump. The 2-1, or 3-1, excuse me, inside. Ball four, and he'll head on down to first. And the Mariners have something cooking here to start the first inning. Righty-lefty matchup. Cal Raleigh, the batter, first pitch. P at the knees, 96 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Swing, fouls it down the line. Right field line, out of play. 1-2. We're starting off with a four-seamer and a cutter. An 0-2 count. Beautiful night here in Seattle, and the roof is open. The 0-2. In the dirt, good take, good block by Kirk. 1-2. There's a false report out there that said they were closing the roof tonight, but it is definitely open. 60 degrees and wind blowing just slightly out to right at about 3 to 5 miles an hour. The 1-2. Down and in. 2-2. I mean, why not? I mean, it's a beautiful night here in Seattle. I feel like you should only put the dome over it when the elements are just too much for the fans. 2-2 count, runner at first. Rowley stepping out. Climbing back in. Infield back into the right. The 2-2. Set up high. Swing! Lifts it. Down the left field line. Coming over. Giving chase. Firing it back into the infield. So an F7 in your scorecard. Nathan Lukes makes the catch. And Arozarena scampers back to first. Seattle leads this series 2-0. The next 3 are at home. Same thing in the Dodgers-Milwaukee series. LA leads it 2-0. The next 3 are at home. Julio Rodriguez, the batter, as the infield moves back into the left. Bieber turns and fires it over to first. Keep the runner close by. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way to Julio. Slider. Runner goes. Taken off, and he got a great jump, and he'll be safe down at second base. Randy Arozarena was shot out of a cannon. Steals second with ease. No real chance for Alejandro Kirk. He timed that up perfectly. And Randy standing at second base with only 1 out. Julio digging in on the 0-1 count. First pitch is off that stolen base, is inside, very close to his hands. It's 1-1. For what it's worth, Reddy, I was pulling for y'all in 97, the 1-1 pitch. Swing! That ball is blasted high. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ramalama ding dong. A 2-run shot. His 3rd home run of the season. And that's just Julio seeing him down by the schoolyard. It's 2-0, Tridents. A banger, he got all of that one, baby. Wowza. First pitch swinging by Jorge Polanco. He's going to smoke that into the gap. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Hops over the wall, and it's a ground rule double. And the Mariners jumping all over Shane Bieber here in the first inning. Another runner in scoring position. And that'll bring Josh Naylor to the plate. Holy Toledo. That home run, by the way, traveled 414 feet. And it got out in a hurry. It's his 3rd home run this postseason. Julio, he's doing it. First pitch on the way to Josh Naylor is swung on and chopped foul down the first base line. It's 0-1. Dodgers and Phillies are the 6 o'clock game tomorrow night. Mariners and Blue Jays are the 8:30 game. We're going to try to bring you both. We're going to start off with the Dodgers and Dodgers and Brewers. Is the 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. It'll all be here on this link. We're not going to try to switch links this time, because there's the way they've shingled them over each other. There's a good chance the Dodgers game does not end until, I don't know, the 4th inning or so of the game for this one. So we're going to bounce back and forth for a little bit and try to give you both, and then give you the entirety of the Seattle as the 1-1's chopped foul. It's 1-2. Seattle Blue Jays game is going to be, should be the late one. And we'll stay here with you for the whole 9 yards. So a 1-2 count. We're going to do it again the next night. The next night, it's same situation, but the teams are reversed. That's assuming, as they say, if necessary. The 1-2 count. Runner at first, 1 out. Josh Naylor digging in. Suarez is on deck. 1-2. This is outside, 2-2. 2-2 count. He's gone knuckle curve 3 of the 4 pitches. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lost his bat. The bat goes flying, but the first strikeout for Shane Bieber. 2 down. Big, important strikeout there for Bieber. Brady 70 can probably answer this better than anybody else. Have you ever seen Shane Bieber with the mustache? I don't think I've ever seen him with one. He's got a Tom Selleck kicking right there. Genio Suarez batting 138 in the postseason. He digs in. First pitch. Up top, 97. Misses high. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing. Fouls that back. It's 1-1. That's what I thought. I don't even think I've seen him in Toronto with the. This stash is fairly new. After this first inning, he might be shaving into the dugout. 1-1 count. We know how superstitious baseball players are. Pitch, swing and a miss. 92-mile-an-hour four-seamer. Got it by him. That's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. 2-0 your score. Bieber looks back the runner. Kicks and burns. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn. Who wants it? Over by shortstop. Jimenez is underneath it, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Mariners put 2 on the board. Trident 2. Bluebirds nothing. We'll go to the second. See if Toronto can knot it up.
How'd you like to go out for dinner on Friday? Just you and me.
Why?
Because you're my wife.
I was your wife last Friday and we didn't go to dinner.
Mary, I'm asking you on a date.
Okay.
Is that a yes?
Sure.
All right, then.
If you did something stupid, I'm going to find out.
A minor league prospect got cut from the Yankees for a very weird reason. Jake Sanford was recently released from the Yankee system for allegedly stealing his teammates' equipment and selling it online. He's also alleged to have promised fans autographed items and never delivering. Sanford was picked in the 3rd round of the 2019 draft by the Yankees as an outfielder. He was given a $600,000 signing bonus, making the alleged theft even more weird. According to anonymous teammates, Sanford would repeatedly hound them for their equipment or would just take it from their locker. A rumor for this behavior is that Sanford may have had gambling debts.
I'm glad I played in the 80s because it was more that you could feel and hold and grab, and sometimes it'd be low in scoring games, but sometimes you score 130 points, so you didn't know going in what kind of game it was going to be.
One thing I've learned about being on a job site, if you're the one that walks around the fastest, they'll think you're the most productive.
Hitting alone will not win ball games. I want speed on my team, and I also want every man on the squad to know how to slide. I intend to have my players taught how to run. I don't say we will win any pennants, but I do think that my systematic training will be laying the foundation of a pennant winner. If this is theory, it is blamed good practical theory. Branch Rickey.
He was Leonardo in baseball. He did everything. He was artist and scientist and genius of a million kinds. He invented the farm systems. He devised ways of playing the game and of training players that had never before been considered.
What's for dinner? Hey, chef, what's for dinner?
Welcome back. Is Deion Sanders Robert? Is that who that is? What is for dinner, y'all? We're having Mexican tonight. Little taquitos and tacos. Thanks to my wife, she's made a great little meal for us. The first pitch on the way as we start top of the second inning is a fastball from George Kirby outside Alejandro Kirk. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. 96 off the plate, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. That's what I figure. I could just tell because only Robert says, don't, I can't remember what the exact thing is, but something like, don't pick on me or something like that. He always says the 2-0 right there on the intercut, 2-1. It's like, if that's not him, I don't know who it is. Don't abuse me, don't pick on me, something like that. It's almost like a catchphrase. We can make a t-shirt for it. The 2-1 count. Swing, slices it over to first. Line drive out, top of his jump. Josh Naylor, wow, flashing some leather over there with his light blue shoes. 1 away. He was at the very top of his jump when he made that catch. That ball gets over his head. It's at least 1. It may have been more because the outfield was shaded away. First pitch up top. Good slider to Varsho. It's 0-1. Dalton Varsho batting .304 on the postseason. The 0-1. Fouls it back. 1-2. George Kirby, like most pitchers, pitches very well here in Seattle. And honestly, they may have left it up to him about whether or not he wanted the dome opener closed. The 0-2 pitch. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Josh Naylor underneath it. Foul territory. 2 down. A lot of times they'll ask the starting pitcher, especially if it's one of their better pitchers, which George Kirby is, you prefer to pitch with an opener closed. I'd say if the wind was blowing out, George would be like, close that damn roof, but it's very, very mild wind. 2 up, 2 down, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way, upstairs to Addison Barger. 1-0. Batting .222 in the postseason, .243, 21 home runs in the regular season. As the four-seam fastball misses high. Ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 your score. If you're just joining us, it was a 2-run shot by Julio Rodriguez driving home Arozarena from second base. The 2-0 pitch, swing, pops it up. Barger loses his helmet, but won't matter. Lazy fly ball to center field. Julio's underneath it, and that'll end the inning. Blue Jays go down. 1, 2, 3. We'll be back in a flash here in Seattle. 2-0 your score.
Hey, besties. I'm going on a little trip to Rock Bottom. Does anybody want anything?
Why are you crying?
I was on your computer and I found a file that says My Documents.
Oh my god.
And I don't understand why it doesn't say Our Documents.
Are you serious?
Come
on. Get out of here.
Why is it not us?
Oh my god.
She left me. She left me, Dad.
I'm sorry.
After all we've been through.
I don't know what
I trusted her.
I know, buddy.
And she left me.
I know, but
this hurts so bad.
I know.
And it's like she doesn't even care.
Listen, Amy is only... Yeah, Amy. Who are you talking about?
My Uber driver. This heifer left talking about I'm taking too long. I said, bitch, I'm on my...
You know, I just want it to be said that you can go your whole life without doing drugs, drinking, gambling, swearing, just live the best life you could, and then wind up in hell for judging those that did.
Ranch Ricky graduated from Ohio Wesleyan University, struggled as a catcher for a few years in the major leagues, got a law degree but failed to drum up any clients, gratefully returned to baseball, working for the St. Louis Browns, one of the poorest teams in the majors. He moved up quickly within the organization, scout, club secretary, and in 1913, manager. Ricky was a genius at making do with less. He approached his job scientifically, introducing unusual calisthenics, batting cages, and sliding pits.
No ball player can learn to steal bases by practicing sliding into sand pits. I wouldn't ask a veteran to slide into a pit. I don't think much of this theory stuff. Miller Huggins.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Two runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Seattle so far. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Toronto. Leading us off will be Canzone. Pizza Pockets batting just .083 here in the postseason. It'll be the 7-8-9 hitters, Canzone, Robles, and J.P. Crawford. First pitch on the way. It's a changeup up top, 88 miles an hour. From Bieber. It's on 1. The 0-1. Right there, 93 on the outer cut. 0-2. I thought Shane Bieber had one of the best player nickname jerseys ever. When they used to let the players put nicknames on their back for the weekend, as the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nasty bender in the dirt, 1 away. And playing off his last name of being Bieber, he on the back of his jersey said, "Not Justin." One up, 1 down. I don't know if y'all saw the clip. I didn't get a chance to record it and play for y'all, but it's pretty humorous. So Ole Miss and Georgia are playing college football this weekend. As the first pitch on the way is a slider right there on the outer edge. It's on 1. And the 2 head coaches, Kiffin and Kirby, are good friends. Is the 0-1. Slider right there for a strike. It's on 2. So I preface that by saying he wasn't being mean. He's jabbing at his friend. And one of the reporters asked the Ole Miss coach, as the 0-2 pitch, check swing, did he go around? He did, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Robles down on 3 straight pitches, 2 down. And the reporter asked Ole Miss coach Lane Kiffin, who's in pretty good shape, Kirby is not, asked him, because they're both very volatile on the sideline, very animated, who do you think burns more calories on the sidelines during the games? Is the first pitch on the way, is down below the knees to J.P. Crawford. It's 1-0. And Kiffin quipped back as the 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1. I don't know. I just saw Kirby, and he doesn't look like he does a lot of exercise. Or burning of calories. He said burning of calories. 1-1. Cutter inside, 2-1. Bieber working incredibly fast tonight. But I thought that was pretty funny because at first I was like, oh, shots fired. And then I remembered they're really good friends. They have like an ongoing text chain. So I'm sure Kirby, the coach for Georgia, gave him hell when he heard that. The 2-1. Outside, high and wide, ball 3-1. Three-one count from Bieber. Up top. High strike. If it was. Full count. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Mariners go down 1-2-3. They lead by 2. We go to the top of 3. Blue Jays grab the sticks when we return.
Oh my God, a promotion? I never thought I'd see the day.
What are you talking about?
Oh, is that not why I'm here? Not even to give me a raise? No, God, your PTO was denied. Okay? Oh, okay. I should have known. Well, it wasn't a request anyways.
What?
Oh, I wasn't asking for permission. What am I, 12? Well, you can't take it during that time because... You know what PTO stands for? Yeah, paid time. Prepare the others. Okay, I give you a heads up. You're welcome. That's not how it works. I will not be here.
Veronica, we're not done here.
Good chat. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Hello?
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah?
It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah! How can I forget? Wow, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in,
9 months.
Armchair.
Brian, we can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Sorry, I'm a little perplexed because I thought this was our virtual happy hour, so I don't know what... Right?
No, this is our morning check-in. This is not a virtual happy hour.
Okay, well, I already opened it, so I don't know what you want me to do with it now, but...
We can both see and hear you. So, Amanda, I think we need to get HR on the phone.
Yep, I totally agree. Kate, you can actually hop off this call if you want.
I'm drinking that.
Ricky barred profanity and poker playing and liquor. Offered evening lectures on baseball theory called Skull Sessions. Keeping a promise to his mother, managed just 6 days a week, leaving an assistant to take over for him on Sundays. In 1919, the Browns' crosstown rivals, the hapless St. Louis Cardinals, offered him a still bigger job as general manager at double the salary. He would spend the next 23 years with the Cardinals and in the process profoundly change the game of baseball.
For about 70 cents, you can buy a can of soda, regular or diet. For about 70 cents, you can also buy a cup of coffee. For about 70 cents, you can buy a pack of gum, plain or sugarless. For
10 cents a day,
you can buy
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio. Two to nothing your score. We're heading to the top of the third inning. George Kirby goes back to work. He's set to face Ernie Clement, Jimenez, and Springer. First pitch swinging, and he's going to roast that down the line. That's going to get into the corner, and Clement's coming around first, heading to second base, and it's a leadoff double for the Bluebirds. Hard hit ball down the third base line. Looked like that might have been a slider that didn't slide. He hooked it over the head of the third baseman, Suarez. Jimenez, the batter. Seattle leads 2-0. Runner in scoring position. Standing at second base. First pitch on the way is chop foul. It's 0-1. We'll go ahead and pull the screen back for you. So you can see the movement on the base paths, the 0-1. Swing, lifted, high and deep, going back on the track, and we got a tie ball game. A hanger, a banger, and she is gone. A 2-run shot, his first home run of this postseason, and the number 9 hitter, Andres Jimenez, makes it 2-2. 300 399 feet over the wall, 105 miles an hour off the bat. And the Blue Jays have life. Tying it up here in the third. So nobody on, nobody out, and back to the top of the order for the Blue Jays. First pitch on the way to George Springer is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Infield back into the left, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. It's almost like starting the inning over. You're back at the top of the order with nobody out. You've already got two across. The 1-1 pitch, swing. Bangs it back foul. It's 1-2. One-two count. Kirby sitting at just 30 pitches, so he's all right on that front. Brings it, swing, lifts it, high into right field, drifting over, leaping and making the catch at the wall is Victor Robles. He bangs into the wall down the right field line. All the fans give him a huge round of applause. Padded wall out there. He appears to be okay. Winced a little bit, but that could have just been reactionary. Oh, man. What did I just heard? I just banged into this wall. Good defensive play. First pitch to Lukes. Nathan Lukes, the number 2 hitter, is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Starts him off with a slider. 1-0. Another slider. Foul back out of play. 1-1 count. Kirby comes set. Swing, rips that into center field. That's down for a base hit. Julio cuts it off, and it'll be a 1-out single for the Blue Jays. One on, one out, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. coming to the plate. And Kirby's got to be careful here. Looked really good the first 2 innings, and now he's coughed up 2 runs and has given up another base hit. Riley's going to go out there and talk to him. Probably just to give him a breather and reset. Go over there what they want to do versus Vladimir Guerrero. Santander stands on deck and Kirk is in the hole. A double play would get him out of the jam. One on, one out. Rally back behind the plate. We'll pull the screen back as the first pitch is 97 on the outer edge. It's 1-0. Kicks and fires. Right there, slider at the knees. 1-1. 2 runs, 4 hits for Toronto. 2 runs, 2 hits, and an error for Seattle. The 1-1 swing. That ball's hammered down the line. Another hanging slider. He's lucky that didn't leave the yard, and it's a 1-out double for Vladimir Guerrero and the Blue Jays. Kirby is struggling in this inning. And Santander's coming to the plate, who has hit him very well over his career. Two on, one out. The infield playing in. I don't know about that. This is the first pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Seems very early and aggressive to play in, because if the ball gets through the infield, it's going to be 2 runs. The 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. The way Seattle's been swinging the bat and Bieber's been getting hit, to me it's more logical to play that back and be willing to give up the 1 run if you can keep this from being a big inning. The 1-1 pitch. Outside wide, 2-1. There comes a point where if he gets too far behind, I would just walk him and set up the double play. Standing on deck is Alejandro Kirk, and he's a double play candidate. Slow running catcher. And from the right side, the 2-1 pitch. Swing, chops it foul. Just got a piece of it. Back behind home plate. We'll do it again to him, too. Two-two count, second and third. Kirby laboring in this inning, already given up 2 runs. Here's the pitch. Down and in, another slider missing. Full count. Really struggled with that pitch in this inning. Full count, runner at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and chopped over to first. Slow bouncer. And Naylor makes the grab, steps on the pillow, 2 down. Now they can move the infield back. So it had no bearing on it because Naylor would have been right about that level. We've already seen it a few times in this postseason where teams are pulling the infield in and it turns into a disaster early in the game. Alejandro Kirk, the batter, righty-righty matchup. First pitch, 97 on the outer track. Just misses outside. It's 1-0. Varsho, the left-handed bat, stands on deck. Nowhere near the zone. Sinker off the plate, 2-0. 2-0 count. Pitch, down and away, slider. He has not had that slider this inning at all. Ball 3-0. You got to figure if he does not get Kirk here, you'd think at least Woodward, the pitching coach, would go out there. Pete Woodward for the Seattle Mariners would go out there to talk him through this inning. The 3-0 pitch. Right there, sinker, 96 on the outer edge. 3-1. 3-1 count. 47 pitches now, so he's had about, in my count, around 20, 25 pitches in this inning. The 3-1. Down and away, ball 4. And he'll head on down to first in the Blue Jays. And here we go. Pete Woodward, the pitching coach, is going to go out there and talk to him real quick. full mound visit with the bases loaded. 2 outs. And coming to the plate is Dalton Varsho. Fouled out his first time up. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Kirby's got to go after him. Barger's on deck, Clement's in the hole. He led this inning off with the double down the left field line. Jimenez knocked him in with the 2-run shot. He clocked over the right field wall. So bases loaded, but there are 2 out. Varsho, first pitch, down and in. And, man, that came close to hitting him in the leg. I guess it missed. He also came close to coming around on that, but they did not bring him up. It's 1-0. 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. Swing, chops it. Oh, he missed the pitch all the way, and the run comes home to score. I thought it was a foul tip, but it was a swing and a miss, and the Blue Jays score. Unless they look at it. Dan Wilson, the manager of the Mariners, is signaling like, nah, I don't think he touched it. Looking at it again, yeah, he missed it altogether. Cal Raleigh tried to backhand it. It bounced off his glove and went to the backstop. So 3-2 to Toronto now. 1-1. Swing! That ball's hammered into right field. It's going to get off over the head of Robles. He misplays it, and 2 runs will score, and it is 5-2 Blue Jays. He overshot the ball. If he plays it off the hop, off the wall, he probably keeps the batter at first, but Varsho stands at second now. I do think both runs would have scored. And it's 5-2, so George Kirby's spitting the bit here. He's given up 5 runs after giving a 2-run lead. He's 50 pitches into the game now. First pitch swinging, ripped over to second base, but right there to make the play is Polanco, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Blue Jays hang a nickel on the board. It's 5-2. We go to the bottom of the third here in Seattle.
If you feed your kid frozen pizza or chicken nuggets for dinner, you are a terrible parent. I don't care what it takes. You take the time out and you put that in the microwave.
Today we're going to talk about the career of Rod Carew. He made his major league debut April 11, 1967. He had a career-high 5 hits against Washington on May 8, 1967. On May 20th, 1967, he became the first Minnesota Twins player to hit for the cycle. All of these things happened in his first 2 months in the major leagues. He was an 18-time All-Star. He only missed 1 All-Star game in his career. In 1969, he stole home 7 times. Only Ty Cobb has stolen home more in 1 season. He hit 300 or better from 1969 to 1983. He never struck out 100 times in a season. He won 7 batting titles in his career and 4 straight from 1972 to 1975. He would miss out on a 5th straight batting title by .002. He led the American League in hits 3 times in his career. Over his 19-year career, he batted .328, had 3,053 hits, scored 1,424 runs, stole 353 bases, and had a .393 on-base percentage. He also won an MVP award in 1977. He was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1991 with 90.5% of the vote.
America's entry into World War I was very near in the spring of 1917. Millions had died on battlefields in Europe, and Americans could no longer stand by. Baseball was eager to show that it was ready to do its part. Ban Johnson ordered teams to learn close order drill, and the Washington Senators showed off their marching skill, led by the athletic young Assistant Secretary of the Navy, Franklin Delano
Welcome back. 5-2 your score if you're just joining us. Toronto scored all 5 of their runs just 1 frame ago. A 2-run home run by Jimenez, scoring Clement. Nathan Lukes scored off of a wild pitch with the bases loaded as the first pitch on the way to a Rosarena from Shane Bieber's up top for a strike. It's 0-1. And Varsho doubled in Guerrero and Kirk. And that's where we stand, the 0-1. Right there for a strike. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. Slider off the plate. 1 down. Same 2 teams tomorrow night, 8:30 first pitch. We'll bring both that and the NLCS to you live right here. We're just going to play it by ear on what game's going on where and where they're at in it, how far along in it, but we do plan on bringing you both. Changeup is a swing and a miss. Cal Raleigh, it's 0-1. Raleigh 0 for 1 on the day. Pitch on the way, pops it up. Easy can of corn. Right there on the infield grass, making the catch is Ernie Clement. And there's quickly 2 down. Two down. First pitch on the way is a slider just off the outer edge. It's 0-1. I don't think there's another league that's dopey enough to put their 2 championship series on at the same time. The other one off the plate, 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. Chase the slider off the plate, 1-2. So Bieber now with the lead is just kind of toying with the Seattle batters, just kind of making them chase off the plate. Mariners going to have to be a little more disciplined because Shane Bieber, the old wily veteran, he's been around the block or 2. You keep swinging off the plate, he's going to keep moving it further and further. It's the 1-2 outside wide, 2-2. Good take that time by Julio. Infield back into the left. The 2-2. They set up high. Swing, chops it over towards third. Barehanded, and it just going to stick that one in his pocket. Barger thought about firing it down to first, but with the speed of Julio busting it down the line, really had no chance. So an infield single. There are 2 outs. And Polanco will hit a double his first time up. Coming to the plate. He's batting .322 since the middle of August with a .1019 OPS and 11 home runs. And that's why he's the cleanup hitter right now. 1 for 1 on the day with the double. Bieber's 46th pitch. First pitch is a changeup high and outside. It's 0-1. Batting .281 in the postseason with 3 home runs is Polanco. Of course, he had 2 against Skubal. The 0-1 swing, pops it up. And that should end the inning. Lazy fly ball in the center field. Underneath it is Varsho. And Bieber gets out of it. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Blue Jays. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Mariners. We'll be back in a flash. Blue Jays grab the bats when we come back.
My daughter just asked me if she could turn the heat up in the house. I told her, hell no, you better go grab one of them hoodies you had on when it was 100 degrees outside.
I'm going to show you guys how to cook like a true Kentucky boy. All you need to start is some lithium batteries and some Sudafed.
Update! My house is gone! Usually when somebody invites me over to their house and I drive by and see more than 3 cars, I just usually go on home because I kind of feel like it could be an intervention.
MLB teams are required to apply a small dab of mud to the 13 dozen baseballs used during a standard MLB game. Every team has been muddying baseballs since the 1950s, and they've used only one special type of mud, magic mud, found on the Delaware River in New Jersey, that provides the perfect grip. That mud has been harvested by one family for nearly 80 years. The mud takes 6 weeks to harvest and process, and the best part, only the Bentliff family knows the exact location of the magic mud.
Soldiers played ball in camps and on battleships, on fields in Flanders, and in hastily constructed ballparks throughout France. Grover Cleveland Alexander served in the trenches with an artillery unit and emerged from the fighting shell-shocked, his hearing damaged, drinking more heavily than ever to forget the horrors he had seen. Though Branch Rickey was 36 and had 4 children, he went to war too, became a major, and commanded a unit that included Captains Ty Cobb and Christy Mathewson. Cobb and Mathewson did not get to France until after the shooting stopped, but during a drill, Mathewson was exposed to poison gas that fatally seared his lungs. He would live for 7 more years, but his great career was over.
Braves Country Radio, pull up a chair. You're home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Five to 2 your score in Toronto. Be looking to add to it. As Ernie Clement will lead off this inning like he did in the third inning. Third inning, he got it started with the leadoff double, and that came around for 5 runs against Kirby. Let's see if he can settle down a little bit. First pitch on the way, 95. Off the plate, it's 1-0. Clement doubled to left field and came around to score off the Jimenez home run, who stands on deck, the 1-0. Check swing. Guess they're going to say he did not go around. 2-0. Sinker slider to start it off. The 2-0. Right there, sinker. 2-1. It's got to be in Ken Rosenthal's contract that he gets so much screen time as the 2-1. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. Ball 3-1. So when he does interviews, he makes sure they do close-ups that he's in the shot. When they do it on the other channels, it's a 3-1 right there. Pangs the outer edge, full count. They do it on the other channels. If they show the person, it's really quick. They might do a secondary box, but you can still see the game the whole time. The payoff pitch. Caught looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. 96 on the outer edge. Bang! 1 away. Jimenez coming to the plate. He hit a home run his last time up. Righty-lefty, first pitch. Smacks the edge of the slider. It's 0-1. I can tell you right now, his slider looks 100% better this inning than the last. Is the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Knuckle curve down and in. 0-2. That knuckle curve got some good wiffle ball movement on it too. But that slider last inning, it was floating up there and it was getting way too much of the plate. That last one that he threw in Two that he's thrown this inning has had a sharp bite to it. The 0-2, swing, bangs the knuckle curve once again. We'll do it again. Standing on deck, the top of the order, George Springer, if he gets on or Jimenez gets on, it'll be Lukes coming to the plate. The 0-2, fouls it away. It's an 0-2 count. Pitch number 5 of the at-bat. Kirby looks into Cal and brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nasty slider fell off the table. 2 down. Kirby, 4 strikeouts on the night. Bieber has 5. They both have 1 walk. The big number, obviously, is the 5 earned runs, but Kirby's given up 6 hits compared to Bieber's 3. First pitch swinging by Springer, and he is plowing that one, and she is gone. A solo shot, and it's 6-2, the boys in blue. 3rd home run of the postseason, and they are all over George Kirby tonight. 431 feet. Dead center. He was sitting dead red and did not miss it. He's been swinging the bat well this postseason with the home run ball. Nathan Lukes, the batter, first pitch, 97 inside. It's 1-0. Right there, outer edge. 1-1. Look at how this series sets up. If the Blue Jays were to win this game, it guarantees them a game 5, and is the 1-1 swing and a miss, it's 1-2. Looking at how the Mariners would set up Kirby, he on normal rest would be ready for game number 7 in Toronto if there is one. The 1-2. Swing, chops it. Back up the first base line. Kirby flips it. Naylor grabs it, and that'll end the inning, but not before the Blue Jays put 1 more on the board at 6-2. Mariners better get to cooking. Trailing by a 4 spot.
Y'all be flirting with me on every app, except for Cash App.
So it says here you're fast with math? Extremely. That's impressive. What's 31 times 17? 47. It's not even close, but it was fast.
My trolls out there wondering if I am a man dressed as a woman. If you gotta question it, I'm gonna say it's a natural woman, because have you seen the surgeries nowadays? Oh my God, God.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Going out drinking is not the same fun activity that it used to be. I'll be waking up in critical condition.
Say the weird thing. People are desperately seeking realness.
You have never once heard the Monster Mash. You've heard a song that they call the Monster Mash, but you've never once heard the real song, the Monster Mash. The Monster Mash that we know is describing a party, but you never actually hear the Monster Mash they're describing itself.
Before I work on myself, does anyone like me insane?
But now the pressure on Maris intensified. Would he break Ruth's record? Reporters asked again and again. How the hell do I know? He answered. I don't want to be Babe Ruth. He wasn't Babe Ruth. And Yankee fans never let him forget it. Even the front office tried to change the lineup to favor the more popular Mantle. Under the relentless strain, Maris's hair began to fall out in clumps. Always taciturn, he now kept silent, refusing most interviews, keeping to himself. Through it all, Maris kept hitting, and in mid-September, Mantle's injuries finally forced him out of the race with 54 home runs.
Welcome back. Six to 2 your score. Seattle jumped out to an early 2-0 lead in the first inning with the two-run home run, by Julio Rodriguez, and it's been Toronto ever since. Josh Naylor, the batter. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch, swing, chops it foul off the plate. It's 0-1. Up top, misses high, 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it. Swing! That ball's hit over to second base. It's going to be an easy 4-3 as Naylor slowly jogs down the line like it's the first inning of spring training somewhere, one away. Bottom of the fourth inning, one out. And Eugenio Suarez to the plate. First pitch is outside wide. Slider misses. It's 1-0. We're about 3 innings away from cheese time, Charlie. 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1. Tally barks in the background. I don't think that was related, but it was comical that she did it just as I said it. The 1-1 swing, pops it up, out of play over the first base dugout. 1-2. Tomorrow's game is 8:30. While the Dodgers and Brewers start at 6, so you can do the math. The game won't be over with. But we hope to get game 1 over with fairly quickly and then go into game 2 of the doubleheader over here. Until we can get to the second game, we'll try to bring you both to the best of our ability. Kind of like if you were with us on the MLB whip around on the final day. The 2-2. Swing, chops it over to third. Deep into the hole, but Barger has it. It seems like Seattle is just, they're kind of going through the motions here. It didn't take much to put a quit on them. They're only down by 4. They're only in the 4th inning, but some of these guys are just kind of going through the motions. It's almost like they need some kind of a spark to get them woken up again. Dan Canzoni takes the first pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. I said Dan, Dominic Canzoni. Well, I keep doing that. The 1-0. Swung on, ripped into the dugout on the first base side. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Change up, chop foul, 1-2. And 1-2. Bieber brings it in the dirt, 2-2. Shane Bieber is only at 59 pitches. So he's good on that front. Standing on deck is Robles, J.P. Crawford in the hole. The 2-2. Swing. Knocks that foul down the first base side. Be a godsend for Schneider and company if he's able to go 5-6 innings. I don't think many people believed he was going to be able to go that deep. The 2-2 count. Pops it up. Down the left field line, and that should, just out of the reach of the left fielder, Lukes, as he bangs into, what did he bang into? The siding, and almost knocked into the sound guy standing down the line. Appears to be okay. Hit that padding on the wall, but he was really close to the sound guy. The 2-2. Brings it. Swing! Laces it down the line. We'll do it again. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Liz, there's no longer that situation in the World Series. I'm assuming that's what you mean when you say the finals. We'll be back in a flash. It's 6-2. Top of the 5th we go.
Y'all, back when I was a kid, I could fall out of a tree and walk it off like it was nothing. Now, if I sleep wrong, I can't turn my head to the left for a whole week.
This is weak, man. Frank's trying to not pay me my winnings for the Skins beatdown I just issued him because his 401k's tanking. It's like, dude, you got to grab the reins, man. Do some analytics, do some research, and take charge so I don't have to subsidize your lack of golfing skills.
Then the night total, you moved your ball.
Frank, it was on the cart path. Why don't you try reading the rules, Shankopotamus?
If you don't like me, just say that. Okay, I don't like you. Why would you say that? It's so mean.
Never kiss mom on dad's birthday.
Armchair.
September 6, 1918. Far different from any incident that has ever occurred in the history of baseball was the great moment of the first World Series game between the Chicago Cubs and the Boston Red Sox. As the crowd of 19,274 spectators stood up to take the afternoon yawn, the band broke forth to the strains of the Star-Spangled Banner as the ball players turned quickly about and faced the music. And when the final notes came, a great volume of melody rolled across the field. The onlookers exploded into thunderous applause.
The wartime crowd sang so enthusiastically that the performance was repeated at every game of the series. From then on, the song was an integral part of the national pastime. It did not become the official national anthem until 1931. The Red Sox won the World Series that year, beating the Chicago Cubs 4-2. One of the series' stars was the young pitcher Babe Ruth, who had won both his starts, including a masterful 1-0 shutout. It was Boston's 4th World Championship in the decade.
Welcome back. Yeah, Liz, you're asking about the designated hitter rule. So when the pandemic hit, they made the DH rule universal. And I always felt like that was just a ploy. I mean, there was no reason to have the DH rule just because of the pandemic. One had nothing to do with the other. But that's what they did. And then when they came back, they approved it that following season. And then the CBA at the end of 2021 that had the lockout going on, that was a part of the collective bargaining agreement as the universal DH. First pitch swinging by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I don't think that's coming back. Up at the top of the wall, making an attempt at a leaping catch to try to rob the home run is Julio Rodriguez, but he goes over the wall, a 406-foot blast, and the Blue Jays make it 7-2. win of the season for Vladdy. And Toronto stepping back into this series. 5-run lead here in the 5th in game number 3. Great job by Julio Rodriguez. I mean, he was just inches away from robbing that home run. First pitch on the way is up top, misses high. It's 1-0. And unfortunately, I don't think there's ever going to be that toothpaste put back in the tube. I think we're stuck with the DH rule on both sides going forward. 1-0 misses outside wide, 2-0. And I know a lot of American League fans love the DH rule, and I get it, but when you grew up on real old school baseball where there was strategy on how long you let your pitcher go and pinch hitting and all that stuff, it really took an element out of the game. 2-0 right there for a strike. It's 2-1. I mean, I've gotten used to it, but if you ask me what I'd like to get rid of one rule in sport, it would be the designated hitter. 2-1 misses outside, 3-1. That was a gimmick that they did in '73 to try to bring fans to the ballpark and to the television. And the 3-1 misses high and outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. I mean, at some point you got to pull Kirby out of this game. He's not hitting his spots. 74 pitches in. You might as well save whatever he's got left in the tank. Looks like that's what we're going to get. They're finally going to get Kirby out of there. It's 7-2. We'll head to the bullpen, be back in a flash. 1 on, nobody out here in the ALCS. On this date in 1862, at the Union Grounds, the Eckfords' new home opens up in Brooklyn. The Williamsburg Ballpark is the first baseball facility enclosed entirely by a fence that permits paying customers to enjoy the games from benches while other spectators have to stand to watch from embankments outside the grounds. On this date in 1918, in a game that takes only 2 hours and 47 minutes to play, the Washington Senators legend Walter Big Train Johnson goes the distance in an 18-inning contest, defeating Larry Williams, who tosses a complete game at the White Sox Comiskey Park. Final score being 1-0. Eddie Ainsworth, who advances to third base on the Big Train single, scores the winning run on a wild pitch. And on this date in 1941, Joltin' Joe DiMaggio begins his 56-game hitting streak with a hit against Chicago White Sox pitcher Edgar Smith. The Yankee outfielder will collect at least one hit in every game until July 17th, when his unrivaled accomplishment, which captures the attention of a nation, is stopped in Cleveland with the help of an outstanding defensive play by third baseman Ken Keltner. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Welcome back. The biggest thing that I would like to see change, since I don't think we're ever going to get rid of the DH, is I'd like to see the double hook rule put into play that they've messed around with down in the minor league system. As the first pitch on the way is upstairs for a ball. Alejandro Kirk, it's 1-0. Carlos Vargas on. 4 innings and 3 earned runs in the postseason. 1-0, chops it up the middle, underneath the diving glove of J.P. Crawford, and it is another single for the Toronto Blue Jays, and 2 on and nobody out. The double hook rule that they are experimenting with, and they've talked about it possibly being implemented one day. I don't know if it'll ever get passed because of the players union, but I love the idea. You're probably gonna have to do some caveats to the roster. You're gonna have to give an extra player to the roster to get it approved, but the first pitch on the way is outside wide, swing and a miss, it's on one. There's 2 different versions of the double hook. One is your designated hitter stays in as long as your starting pitcher stays in. And the main reason to do that is to get rid of the opener and have the marquee starting pitcher return to baseball where you don't have these openers. Is the 0-1 down and in 1. The other rule that I think it's more likely to get passed would be if your starting pitcher does not get past and pick an inning. Is the 1-1 up top or strike? It's 1-2. Let's say the starting pitcher has to go 5 innings and he doesn't get through those 5 innings, then you lose your DH, and at that point you're pinch hitting the rest of the way. That's another way to do it. 1-2, swing, fouls it back. I love the idea of you keep your DH as long as your starting pitcher goes, and then you go, because then real strategy gets in. But I think because of the players union, you're going to have to make some concessions because there's going to be designated hitters. As the 1-2 pitch, swing, pops it up, high in the sky. Underneath it, can of corn, making the catch over in the second base area is Jorge Polanco, F4 in your scorecard, 1 away. But if you can imagine someone who is a professional designated hitter, they don't like that rule at all, because then their job becomes kind of obsolete. You'd still want a good DH, but you wouldn't pay much for him because you're going to lose him after certain innings each game. But if you had the rule in as a 1-0 count to Barger, righty-lefty matchup, runners on first and second, 1 out. Swing, pops it up. High into left field, drifting over, making the catches of Rosarena, F7, 2 down. But if you had the rule where if they made it through the 5th and it didn't matter and you kept your DH, I think it's more likely to be approved. Because then you would give incentive to go out and sign starting pitchers, but you would still want a very good designated hitter. But I love the idea because it would bring us back to the National League side of it. The pitch on the way to Clement is swung on and swatted into right field. Here comes the run home to score, and it is 8-2. The throw is going to be relayed over to third base, and Kirk got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. I believe Santander crossed the plate before the run was scored. We'll have to double check that when we return. But the Blue Jays making a statement here in game number 3. Mariners got to wake up before it's too late.
Last night I dreamed I was a bottle of ketchup and you were mustard, which is weird because usually you're mayonnaise in my dreams. Why do you suppose that is?
Those who own dogs, you know that every time you come back from wherever you went, the dog is happy and it's jumpy and it wants to lick you in the face. Even if you just went to get mail from the mailbox, they delight in your return. If you want to take them out for a car ride, they're the first in the car. They jump in, they don't care where it's going, but they're going somewhere. They're some of the most joyous creatures that live among us. Dogs don't live as long as we do. Every single day a dog lives is equivalent to a week of your life. If they only get 1 day for every week you're alive, they make every day count. I'm just suggesting that their lives have already factored in their mortality. When I look at a dog, I use that as a reminder of how I should live every day of my life.
While the Angels now have their own stadium in Anaheim, they used to play their home games at Dodger Stadium. In the early 1960s, the Angels were a brand new team and had to share the stadium with the Dodgers because a dedicated field had not been built for them. Eventually, in 1966, the Angels got their own ballpark.
Who is he anyhow? An actor? No. A dentist? No. He's a gambler. Then added, he's the man who fixed the World Series back in 1919. Fixed the World Series, I repeated. The idea staggered me. It never occurred to me that one man could start to play with the faith of 50 million people with the single-mindedness of a burglar blowing a safe. How did he happen to do that? He just saw the opportunity. Why isn't he in jail? They can't get him, old sport. He's a smart man.
We head to the bottom of the fifth, and the Mariners trail 8-2. That run did count. The Santander crossed the plate just before Kirk was nailed at third. Eight runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Blue Jays. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Mariners. Miles Straw is coming in to play defense for Santander. I don't believe it's injury related. I think it's the simple fact that he's gives a much better glove out there with the 6-run lead as the first pitch to Victor Robles misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Check swing. Did he go around? They check down the line. He says, first base umpire Marvin Hudson says that he did. 1-1. 1-1 count, so Lukes goes to right field for the Blue Jays as the pitch is a swing and a miss slider. 1-2. It's the advantage of having that 1-2. Little soft blooper into the glove of the second baseman Clement. F4, 1 away. It's the advantage of having though he's well past his prime, Shane Bieber, the veteran out there on the mound, because when he gave up that 2-run home run, you get a younger kid and they could have came unrattled. That may have what happened to George Kirby tonight. But Bieber has settled down and has kept the Mariners right there at 2 runs. 4-seam fastball to Crawford is sawed off foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Rocks and fires. Swing. Lifts it. And that'll drop into center field for a base hit. And 1 on, 1 out for the Mariners. Randy Arozarena steps in, 1 on, 1 out. Take it easy, Charlie. 4-seam fastball. Misses high, it's 1-0. This is turning into an episode of the Waltons. Charlie saying goodnight to everybody. The 1-0. Night, John Boy. Slider outside wide, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Kicks and fires. Right there at the knees, 2-1. If this score holds, that means we will have double headers the next 2 nights. And then after that, your guess is as good as mine. The 2-1. Outside wide. Ball 3, 3-1. Saturday night, if necessary, it's Dodgers-Brewers Game 5 in Los Angeles. Sunday night is Game 6 in Toronto, if necessary. It's a 3-1 swing, chops it over to third. It's going to be a 5, 4, 3. Attempt at a double play, but Arozarena beats it out. Good hustle by Randy. Good attempt by the Blue Jays to turn that. I didn't think that was going to be close. That was fairly close. One on, 2 out, and Cal Raleigh coming to the plate. I mean, with one swing, he could put a charge into this crowd and bring it to a 4-run game. But to get it back to Toronto, Toronto's got to win tonight, obviously, and then one of the next 2. And then you would have a Game 6 forced in Toronto. Because the 4-seam fastball is right there for a strike. It's 1-0. 1-0. Wouldn't it be weird if we got a situation where the home team can't win? 1-0 count. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Over by the first base dugout, giving chase, bouncing in and off the top of the, just past the top of the dugout. Bangs in the crowd. It's 1-1. The 1-1 count. Big Dumper steps out of the box and tightens up the grips on his wrists. The 1-1. Brings it. Oh, that looked like it looked like it hit the zone, but did not get the call. 2-1. Might have been a touch outside. It's hard to tell with the absence of the box on the telecast tonight. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, chops it, rolls it foul down the first base side. Vladdy grabs it and he'll toss it away. 2-2. The deuce is wild. A 2-2 count, 2 outs. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. must not know the rules. He was trying to keep his feet in bounds like a football catch as he was leaning over. Doesn't matter where you are, it's where the ball is. That's got to make you laugh. The 2-2 count. Speaking of not knowing the rules, how many steps out of the box does Cal Raleigh get? This is at least number 2 in this at bat. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Shane Bieber, he's bringing it. We'll go to the top of the 6th. It's 8-2. Blue Jays grab the bats when we return here in Seattle.
Y'all, I can't wait for my kids to move out and invite me over for dinner. I'm going to say I don't want that and throw some in the air fryer, eat 2 bags of chips, drink a whole bottle of water and leave it on the table, turn on all the lights and walk away leaving a complete mess behind me.
The longer you wait on the ball, the better you see it. The better you see it, the harder you hit it. The harder you hit it, the higher your average is. The higher your average is, the more money you make. And the more money you make, the more you're going to get laid.
In a 1947 college baseball game between Yale and Fordham, each team had a very notable player. The first baseman for Yale was future President George H.W. Bush, and the Fordham center fielder was legendary Dodgers announcer Vin Scully. H.W. Bush and Yale would go on to win the game 3-1. Who do you think had the most hits in the 1990s? Some names that may come to mind are Tony Gwynn, Ken Griffey Jr., or even Barry Bonds. The answer is actually Cubs first baseman Mark Grace with 1,754 hits in the 90s.
In 1919, no team played better than the Chicago White Sox, pennant winners in the American League, and few teams were paid as poorly or got along as badly. Players deliberately crossed each other on the field, During infield practice, no one threw the ball to second baseman Eddie Collins, Chicago's highest paid player, all season long. Teammate Chick Gandil had not spoken to Collins since 1915. I thought you couldn't win without teamwork, Collins said later, until I joined the White Sox. Yet somehow we won 100 games and the pennant that year. The White Sox were heavy favorites to beat the better paid but far weaker Cincinnati Reds in the World Series. The Chicago owner was the old Roman, Charles A. Comiskey, himself a former player, but now among the game's most parsimonious executives.
They were abused horribly by Charles Comiskey, who was a man of a small mind, a tight fist, and nasty temperament. The climate was too good for it not to happen.
Welcome back. It's 8-2. And I'm sure the Seattle crowd is not happy with this. Waiting all this time for a game to come home, and they're getting blown out in their own building. If the Mariners played in New York, that's what it would sound like right now. First pitch on the way is swung on and fouled straight back. Andres Jimenez. It's 0-1. Or I guess Philly. Well, with Philly, there's probably going to be batteries thrown at Santa Claus. Andres Jimenez, 1 for 2 of the solo shot, the 0-1 pitch. Swing, chops it through the hole underneath the glove of the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez, and it's a leadoff single for the Blue Jays. Jimenez at first, and we're back to the top of the order. George Springer, who smashed one over the wall his last time up. 431-foot blast to dead center. First pitch on the way is a 99 sinker at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, lifts it into right field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. That just kind of went off the end of the bat with a dying quail, and that's a seeing eye single for the Blue Jays and George Springer, and they've got runners on the corners and nobody out. They were playing him to pull, and that ball came off the end of the bat very quickly and just did a nosedive and just stayed in fair territory. Vargas, who came on last inning, he's given up 2 hits in this inning. He's given up 4 total, and I think that's going to be it for Vargas. We will go to the bullpen for the Mariners. Back in a flash, 8-2 your score, and the Blue Jays looking for more. This date, 1925, entering the bottom of the 8th inning, trailing the Cleveland Indians 15-4, the Philadelphia Athletics crossed the plate 13 times in the frame. Philadelphia will hold on to the lead in the top of the 9th to beat Cleveland in an incredible 17-15 come-from-behind victory at Shibe Park. On this date, 1958, identical twins are split up by the Pirates when Eddie O'Brien stays with Pittsburgh, but his brother Johnny, along with third baseman Gene Freese, are traded to the St. Louis Cardinals for infielder Dick Schofield. Eddie, who appeared in April for the Bucks as a defensive replacement, will finish his tenure with the team that signed him as a bonus baby in 1953 without playing another game that season. And on this date in 1963 at Candlestick Park, Juan Marichal no-hits Houston 1-0. Become the first Giants hurler since Carl Hubble to accomplish the feat in 1929. And the first since the franchise moved to San Francisco to throw a no-hitter. The 25-year-old Dominican native outduels Colt 45's right-hander Dick Drott, who tosses a complete Game 3 hitter, yielding the game's only run in the 8th inning, giving up doubles to Chuck Hiller and Jimmy Davenport. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Mac McGee
and I, we're on the same team.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
And we need more players. We need you to help us win the battle against hunger and poverty. You can sponsor
Braves Country Radio.
Teamwork is what
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio
is all about. And that's why we need you. For just $15 a month,
Don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
you can sponsor a child just like
Braves Country Radio.
I've been able to really help.
Braves. Welcome back. Looks like we're going to get the southpaw Caleb Ferguson coming on. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch swinging by Lukes. Naylor's going to make the tag as it rolls up the line, and the run's going to come home to score. So a slow developing play, and it's 9-2. Runner from first heads up to second base, and there is one out. George Springer now in scoring position. So we'll get an intentional walk here for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I mean, what is the point now? You're down by 7. All right. Miles Straw, the batter. Righty-righty matchup. I guess they're looking for the double play, but he does have good wheels. First pitch is a bender in the dirt. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Standing on deck is Kirk. Pitch down and in, 2-0. Same two teams back at it tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern. Dodgers and Brewers coming your way at 6 o'clock right here as well. We're going to pull the doubleheader if you're just joining us. So it's all going to be on the same stream as the pitch on the way is right there, 95p at the knees, 2-1. This score holds. We'll have a doubleheader Thursday and Friday, both starting at 6 p.m. Eastern, with the second game each starting at 8:30. As the 2-1 swing pops it up. High and out of play. 2-2. And then outside of that, there's only the possibility of one more doubleheader this year, which would be on Monday. It would be Game 7 of the ALCS and Game 6 of the NLCS. If there is a Game 7 in the NL, it would be on Tuesday, and then you go to the World Series. The 2-2 fouled back. We'll do it again. World Series begins a week from tomorrow. No, what is today? Wednesday. A week from Friday. Friday night, Game 1 of the World Series. The World Series this year is a Friday, Saturday, games 1 and 2. Is the 2-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout of the night for Ferguson. 2 away. Your World Series starts on Friday, October 24th. And it's Friday, Saturday, then an off day on Sunday. They don't want to compete with the NFL. Then it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, games 3, 4, and 5. As the pitch on the way is down and in. It's 1-0. off Thursday, and if necessary, Halloween Friday night is Game 6, and then November 1st, Game 7. That will conclude the season. Right there. Four-seamer. 1-1. Starting in November, as soon as the season ends, every Friday, MLB Today and Braves Country Today, two separate shows going back-to-back, will be right here. The 1-1 swung on, lifted high and deep, and that ball is gone over the wall, and it is a rout. It's 12-2. Holy Toledo. Alejandro Kirk with a 3-run shot. He'll jug his way around the bases. 354 feet. Just creeped over the right field wall. Climbing the right field wall out there was Robles. He was trying to bring it back, but to no avail. He made that a lot closer than I thought he was going to. It ended up in the top, we'll say 5 feet over his glove, but he was off to the right a little bit. It's the first pitch right there to Varsho. His first strike, it's a 1. The 0-1 swing, lifts it into center field, down for a base hit. And another base hit, and the hit parade keeps on a-coming. Yeah, YouTube, or The Truth, I guess what we usually call it. It just seems like they've been sleepwalking ever since that home run. Addison Barger steps in, lefty-lefty matchup. Off the plate wide, it's one. And I'm sure we'll get a totally different team tomorrow, but it's odd because this is not a random game in May. The 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. You get down, at the time when I first mentioned it, it was 5-2 going on 6-2 in the fourth. Like, that is far from the game being over. You buckle down a little bit. You could chip away, you could chip yourself away and chip away at the lead and get yourself back in it. There's the 1-1 right there for a strike. It's 1-2. But it just seemed like it was like a flat tire. See what they do tomorrow. You would think they would bounce back. 1-2 count. Swing, chops it over to first. And I don't know why he threw it down to second base, but Josh Naylor did, and that'll end the inning. Really stupid play by Naylor. He could have thrown that away. Good job by J.P. Crawford. He only needed the one out. All he did was just walk over and tag the bag. Their head's not in the game. We'll be back in a flash. If I'm Miller, the manager, I'm benching Naylor on that play right there. We'll be back in a flash. It's 12-2. Bottom of the sixth we go.
Hey, quick question. And I feel stupid for asking, but when you're stirring up some do you go clockwise or counterclockwise?
Today we are discussing the career of George Brett. He is most known for the Pine Tar game that occurred on July 24th, 1983. He twice collected 4 hits in a postseason game. Even more impressive, he batted .370 in the World Series against the St. Louis Cardinals. This included his Game 7 4-for-5 performance. Overall, in the postseason, he batted .337 with a 1.023 OPS in 43 games. In 1980, he nearly became the first player to hit 400 since Ted Williams in 1941. On September 19th, with 13 games left, he went 2-for-4, raising his average to exactly 400. He won the American League MVP award in 1980. He finished with a 300 or better average in 11 of his 21 seasons. Over his 21-year career, he batted .305 with 317 home runs and 1,596 RBI. He had 3,154 hits and had a career WAR of 88.6. He was a 13-time All-Star, won 1 Gold Glove, and won 6 Silver Sluggers. He was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1999 with 9 98.2% of the vote.
It certainly was a kind of have and have not thing. The baseball players were very expendable. If you got hurt, you were gone. There was no pension or anything else like that. And they saw people making money hand over fist. The owners, in Comiskey's case, he owned the ballpark. He bottled his own soda in the basement. He was making a nickel on everything that went, that moved in that ballpark. And there they were, they were nicknamed the Black Sox even before they threw the World Series, because one year he started charging them for laundering their uniforms. And they went on strike by saying, okay, then we won't launder them. And they got dirtier and dirtier and dirtier until the sports writers called them the Black Sox. And then, in fact, Comiskey said, okay, I'll launder your uniforms. And then he took it out of their World Series bonus.
Welcome back. Crown's talking about a mercy rule in Major League Baseball. Can you imagine? Like they're a bunch of third graders. Can we get that in college football first? When you see all these SEC teams play like the schools of the blind, and it's 68-0 in the third, can we get a mercy rule in that sport first? First pitch on the way is right there for a strike from Bieber to Julio Rodriguez. The one bright spot this entire game. 2 for 2, the 3-run home run, or 2-run home run. Way back in the beginning to give the Mariners a 2-0 lead. That didn't work out too well, did it, Brian? The 0-2. Just outside wide, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Inside. Full count. That ball almost hit him. I would say take one for the team, but not when you trail by 10. You need to be healthy for tomorrow. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Nasty pitch by Bieber. He's bringing it. One away. Shane Bieber now 8 strikeouts on the night. He's been very pedestrian this year, but he looks like the old Shane Bieber tonight. After that first inning where he gave up that home run that got clocked over the wall by 414 feet, he has settled down from the second inning on. He's put nothing but goose eggs up and has only given up 4 hits. We're here in the 6th. Knuckle curve, swing and a miss by Polanco. It's 0-1. Good to see you, JC. The 0-1. There is 0% chance we'd ever get the players union agreeing to is the 0-1 chopped deep into the hole. Jimenez has it, fires it over to first, and he will get Polanco by a half step. Good throw, good play. 2 down. Can you imagine trying to get that past the players union on a CBA that you want to have a mercy rule? They would lose their minds. So all these guys get paid off of statistics. Two down, bottom of the 6th. Coming to the plate is Josh Naylor. First pitch swinging, drags it over to first. And a bad throw by Vladimir Guerrero Jr., but Bieber's top of his jump, grabs it, tags the bag, and that'll end the inning. Shane Bieber saving everybody tonight. Vladdy, you can tell the look on his face like, ruh-roh. Never mind, you caught it. We'll be back in a flash.
Hey, just a reminder, drugs don't ruin careers. Drug tests do.
Larry Bird never had a bad season. 3-time MVP consecutively. Only player in NBA history to do that. Only small forward to average 10 rebounds for his career. He's the only one. No flaws in his game. His peak was incredible. 24, 10, and 6 are his career averages on damn near 50, 40, 90 shooting splits. So not only was Larry a great scorer, but he was also a great facilitator, great passer, solid defender, and he was a hell of a rebounder. No flaws in his game.
There is a somebody out there for everybody. And the person for you is a psychiatrist.
She was probably, I'm sorry, can you stop breathing so loud, honey? He's like, breathe quietly.
Comiskey's first baseman, Chick Gandil, a former hobo and one-time club fighter, was tired of it. He was nearing the end of his career and wanted one shot at some really big money. For the right money, Gandil let it be known, he would be willing to talk some of his teammates into throwing the series. There was nothing new in working closely with gamblers to throw games. Many players supplemented their incomes that way. The brilliant infielder Hal Chase had made something of a career of it. But throwing the World Series was something else again. Still, Gandil was determined. And now, the right money was found. An ex-boxer, Abe Attell, and Sleepy Bill Burns, a one-time White Sox pitcher, served as go-between. But behind it all was New York's most notorious gambler, Arnold Rothstein, who was said to be willing to bet on anything except the weather, because there was no way he could fix that.
Welcome back. Yeah, I'm real worried about that, Brian. 12-2 your score. We head to the top of the 7th. How many of you had tonight, Brian? I just caught that when you were in there. Lefty-righty matchup. Ferguson back out there. You know what this is. This is a good old-fashioned. You're going to take one for the team, son. And you might end up with an injury report after this game. Swing and a miss by Ernie Clement. It's 0-1, the 0-1. He's 2 for 3. Pitch in the dirt. It's 0-2. Night, John Boy. The 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. Check swing. Did you go around? It's 1-2. The 3rd week of October. That must mean it's Tennessee-Alabama weekend, right, Brian? 1-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing, pops it up. High and out of play. Do it again. It's one of those weekends where I'd miss home because, man, we used to do it up big for that Alabama-Tennessee game. Tennessee, Alabama is correctly. So the 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. I mean, we're going to have to get a home plate umpire that may on board with the fact that he's normally calling a bad game. He needs to start calling some wide strikes with a 12-2 game here in the 7th. The 2-2, swing, bangs it down the line, foul. We'll do it again. What trip are you going on? Did I miss something? The 2-2 count. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Blue Jays 12, Mariners 2, top of the 7th. Pitch on the way, swing lifted, into left field, drifting back. Making the catches of Rosarena for out number 1. You know, we'll always hear about all that rain out in Seattle. This would be a good time for some rain to come in. Call this sucker. 12-2 your score. Oh, that's awesome, B.A. Enjoy it. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way to Jimenez is swung on and sawed off foul. It's 0-1. I'm assuming you're doing it close by. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. High and out of the zone. 1-1. Haven't had a chance to listen to him yet, but the voice of the Tennessee Titans took over radio for the Volunteers. I might try to dial that up this week to listen to him. As the 1-1 pitch, swing, lifts it, and that's going to dump into left field, and that's down for a base hit. So 1 on, 1 out, and the Blue Jays continue the hit parade. Not many times you see a guy leave an NFL radio gig for a college radio gig, but Mike Keith was, that was his dream job growing up. He grew up in East Tennessee and always wanted to be the Tennessee Volunteer play-by-play man. The first pitch swinging by George Springer is 2 for 4 on the night. He slips and fouls it back. It's 0-1. He does a hell of a job. I mean, like I said, I haven't heard him in the college ranks yet, but he was always great on Titans radio in Nashville. The 0-1. Right there at the knees. When I would go on trips and come back to Middle Tennessee, I always knew I was back home when I would hear him on radio. So he has a famous call when someone gets sacked, and it's just nobody can do it like him. The 0-2, swung on, fouled it back. We'll do it again. If anybody out there has heard him, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I came over the hill in the Chattanooga area one time trying to find the game on radio as I was heading back home, and I just hear his sack call just as I come over one of the hills, and it just like goosebumps. As the 0-2 in the dirt, ball gets away, runner's going to scoot up to second base, and another runner in scoring position. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate the channel support. Maybe you're just trying to get me to shut up about Tennessee football. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 down. Ferguson is at, let me see where he's at right now. 32 pitches. I don't think he's got the ability to go through the rest of the game, though I'm sure they would love for him to do it. But you got to figure there's going to be they might leave him on the roster, but this almost feels like one of those things where there's going to be a ghost IL incoming. Pitch on the way to Nathan Lukes. He drags it on the ground over to second. It's going to be a 4-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. It's time to get up and stretch. It's cheese time here in Braves country.
All right, I can't see you. Let me hear you. All one, a two, a three. We
Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Swing and a miss to Suarez. 1-1. Welcome back to the Country Club, Catherine. Pitch. Swing! That ball's hammered into left field and down for a base hit. And it's a leadoff single for the Mariners. So runner at first and nobody out. Seattle down by only 10. Got to figure if they score here, they'll go for the onside kick. First pitch on the way to Canzone. Dominic Canzone, pizza pockets, takes one down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. I know we've had some blowouts in this postseason, but all in all, the postseason's been pretty good this year. The 1-0. High and out of the zone, 2-0. I mean, that first thing that's going to come to mind as of now, I'm sure we'll see even more incredible things the next several nights, but the walk-off loss by the Phillies where the errant throw went to home against the Dodgers, that one's probably top of the list. You think about all the games we've seen already. It's a 2-1 count to Canzone. Pitch on the way, swung on. Foul down the line, it's 2-2. Runner at first, nobody out. That first round had a lot of great games. Is the 2-2 swing, hits it over to second. It's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. Canzone hits into a double play, wipes the bases clean. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. But you had that first big win by the Red Sox in day 1. And then day 2 of the playoffs, the Guardians had 6 runs they scored there in the last couple innings to tie the series up against the Tigers. There's a pitch on the way, swing and a miss. 0-1, Victor Robles at the plate. And then the Yankees came from behind to beat the Red Sox in Game 2 to force that Game 3. Is he 0-1? Did he go around? He did not. It's 0-2. You had the 3 Game 3s on the same day. And Schlittler with his performance against Boston, but also as the 1-1 check swing goes around, he did not. 2-0. The Tigers came from behind. The 2-1 pitch, swung on, pops it up. Can of corn. Over by short, Jimenez has it, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the 8th inning, and you know what that means here on the BCR.
106 miles to Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah? Yeah, I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
When buying a beer, don't make this mistake. Buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Okay.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Guess what?
I got a fever, and the only prescription
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Lord. You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
Welcome back. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. leads us off. Blue Jays lead by a ton. It's 12-2. Luke Jackson. That's how you know you're throwing in the towel. Luke Jackson coming on for the Mariners. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Swing, slices it into right center field. That's down for a base hit. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Vladdy trucking around first, heading for second. He'll stop right there. A leadoff double for the Bluebirds. Toronto 12, Seattle 2. Game number 3. This will bring the series back to 1 game difference, as Seattle will lead it 2-1, assuming the score holds. The runner at second. Nobody out. The first pitch on the way to Miles Straw is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Vladdy 4 for 4 tonight. 0 for 7 in the first 2 games is the 1-0 swing and a miss. 1-1 count. Down and away, ball 2-2. Standing on deck is Kirk Varsho in the holes. The 2-1 pitch is roasted over towards short, but it's right at J.P. Crawford. Crawdaddy flips it over to first, 6-3, 1 away. Vladdy stays put at second. Once again, the next 2 nights going to be doubleheader night here, and we're going to keep it on the same stream. You'll notice the 2 games start overlapping each other. Not much of a chance that one game ends before the next game begins. So we'll be trying to pull double duty, as the first pitch on the way to Kirk is off the edge for a ball. It's 1-0. We'll play it by ear. If game 1 is like this kind of score, then we'll transition over to the second game. But if game 1 is a close game, then obviously we'll stick right there and then go over to the other one when it begins. But we'll keep you up to date on what's going on in whatever game we don't have on the screen. The 2-0 right there for a strike. 2-1. Did it a few times on the right at the end, if y'all were with us on the final day of the season. It's going to be something like that. A little less crazy is the 2-1 pitch. Down and away, 3-1. That day we were bringing 5 different games to you. Flipping around and around and around. This will be easy sauce, just doing 2 at once. The 3-1 pitch. Swing, chops it foul. Still absolute. I can't believe that nobody has brought it up in the national media that they're playing these games on top of each other. You would never see like the NFC and AFC championship game deciding who goes to the Super Bowl. You would never see that layered on top of each other. You would never see the NBA finals layered on top of each other like that. Or the NHL for that matter. I don't know why baseball is trying to do it. The payoff pitch. Swing. Roasts it over towards third. It's going to be a 5-3 putout. 2 down. Good to see you, as was. Dalton Varsho 2 for 4 on the day with a single and 2 RBIs. 12 runs, 16 hits, no errors for the Blue Jays. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. For the Mariners, as the pitch pops back foul, swing and a miss, but he gets away, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will head on down to first. Or excuse me, head on down to third. From second, I had my bases backwards. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Seattle Mariners got the early lead in the first inning with a 2-run home run by Julio Rodriguez. After that, it's been all Toronto. Jimenez tied it up with the home run in the third. Blue Jays added 3 more to make it 5-2 at the end of the third as the 0-2 pitch. Caught looking, strike 3, bang right there, 4-seam fastball. That'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the 8th we go. It's a 10-run game here in Seattle. See if the Mariners can wake up, put a charge into this game.
I just remember, like, in 1998, when the internet blew up and everyone was all freaked out about it, and they were like, keep your information off the internet. And we were like, yeah, for sure. And, like, now, a stranger can literally just pull up to us in an alley and roll down the window, say our name, and we're like, oh, thank God. Can you take me to where I live?
Pete Schneider was a pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds from 1914 to 1918. On May 23, 1923, he had one of the greatest nights a baseball player can have. In that game, he was the starting right fielder for Vernon of the Pacific Coast League at Salt Lake City. In his first at-bat in the first inning, he hit a 2-run home run. Vernon batted around in the third, and once again, he would come up to the plate, this time with the bases loaded. With one swing, he unloaded them with a grand slam. In just 3 innings, he had 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. In the 4th inning, he again hit a home run, this time a 3-run home run. His next at-bat came in the 6th. He just missed another home run when he hit a double off the very top of the center field wall. In the 7th inning, he hit his 4th home run and 2nd grand slam of the game, raising his home run total to 4 and his RBI total to 13. Vernon would bat around again, and Schneider would come to the plate again in the 7th, this time with the bases empty. He hit another home run. His last at-bat came in the 9th. His last at-bat resulted in a flyout to center field. He ended the game with 5 home runs and 14 RBIs. What a performance. Oh yeah, and his team ended up winning the game 35-11.
Rosting was basically a guy who never gambled. You know, he's known as a gambler, and he never gambled on anything in his life, which is why he got very, very wealthy. He only put money ostensibly gambling on things that he knew were a sure thing or that he had covered so well that there was no way that he couldn't make a profit. I don't think he really cared about sports. I think he really did cynically feel like, well, these guys are schmucks. They're going to be old men, and I'm still going to be making money off this game when they just have to pay to get into the stadium.
Welcome back. If you get a chance, you can hype some of our videos from this week. It'd be much appreciated. You have to wait till a video's already 30 minutes past. This would not be a good video. This game's been a disaster. But any of the games earlier this week would be much appreciated. If you haven't done it before, it's just right below the video on your phone. You just scroll over where the likes are, and you scroll to the right, and you'll see hype. It doesn't cost you anything. First pitch on the way from Yariel Rodriguez as he enters the game. Curve right there to Crawford. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pops it up high down the left field line, giving chase. Over there, making the catch in left field for the Blue Jays is Miles Straw. F7 your scorecard, one away. Doubleheader tomorrow night, doubleheader on Monday night. Doubleheader tomorrow night and on Friday night. And if necessary, there'll be a doubleheader on Monday night. We're going to bring them all to you, including the games on Saturday and Sunday. The pitch on the way is right there for a strike. Slider, it's 0-1. Both series go all the way to 7 games. NLCS Game 7 is Tuesday, and then there is a break on Wednesday and Thursday, and they start the World Series on Friday of next week. The 0-1's right there for a strike. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Righty. Pitch down and away. 1-2. If the Brewers come back and win, is the 1-2 outside wide. 2-2. 2-2 count. The way the World Series will work is that if the Milwaukee Brewers come back as the 2-2, just misses 3-2. Milwaukee Brewers would be the host team of the World Series, hosting 4 of the 7 games. If the Dodgers win, the payoff pitch swung on, lifted high into left field, and it is gone. A solo shot, and Rosarena puts the M's back on the board for the first time since the bottom of the first inning. It's 12-3, his first home run of the postseason. 396 feet. How far did it fly? 106 miles an hour off the bat. But if the Dodgers win the NL like we expect, they would host the Mariners, but the Blue Jays would host the Dodgers. Mariners finished with 90 wins, Dodgers with 93, Toronto with 94. Milwaukee had the best record with 97. The 0-1 count to Raleigh. Pitch on the way in the dirt. 1-1. And once again, those are 2-3-2 as well. They do not do the 2-2-1-1-1 like they do in hockey and basketball. Thankfully. Man, they've talked about doing that. That would be like a disaster. The 1-1 swing, lifts it high and deep into right field, going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. So Cal Riley gets onto the board, and they creep just a little bit closer. It's 12-4. Third home run of the postseason. How far did it fly? 337 happy feet over the right field wall. And the Mariner fans have something to cheer about. just past the outreach glove out there in right field by Nathan Lukes. Rodriguez versus Rodriguez now. Julio type stands into the box to face Yariel. First pitch misses, it's 1-0. So back-to-back jacks by the Mariners. The 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0. 2-0 count. Still just one out. Standing on the deck behind Julio is Rivas as they pulled Jorge Polanco out of the game because of the score is the 2-0. Just grabs the bottom of the zone, I guess, 2-1. Left-hander Fluharty is warming up in the pen. So Hurrod at the plate, Rivas on deck, and Naylor in the hole. The 2-1 pitch swung on, lifted high and deep into center field. Making the catch well before the warning track for out number 2 is Dalton Varsho. That'll bring Rivas to the plate. Rivas, who has had a pretty good postseason. First pitch at the knees, four-seam fastball called for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, fists it back foul. It's 0-2. The 0-2 count. In the dirt, 1-2. Doesn't look like it's anything injury related for Jorge Polanco. I was checking it real quick. Looks like they just sat him as Rivas takes the 1-2 outside wide, 2-2. Double checking to make sure there wasn't some kind of an injury, but by the reactions I'm seeing on X, I don't believe there was. The 2-2. Below the knees, called for a low strike, but that's an 8-run lead in the 8th inning strikeout. We'll be back in a flash. The Mariners put a couple on the board. It's 12-4. We go to the top of the 9th
inning. My Visa declined at the sweater store this morning. The cashier had to ask me for my cardigan.
Just to clear the air, I don't give a about how nobody feel about me. Keep feeling it.
Today we are talking about the most interesting season that no one ever talks about. This is John Tudor's 1985 season. 1985 didn't start well for Tudor. Through May, he was 1-7 with a 3.47 earned run average. After one of his starts during that stretch, he received a call from his high school catcher who noticed a hitch in his delivery that he had not seen before. To say this change had a positive effect on him is an understatement. After the change, he went 20-1 with a 1.37 earned run average for the rest of the season. His 10 complete game shutouts that season all occurred in the last 4 months of the season. He is also the last major league player to hit double digits in shutouts. During the heart of the division race in 1985, he pitched 2 consecutive shutouts to start the month of September. Then he went toe-to-toe with the Cy Young winner that season, Dwight Gooden, pitching 10 shutout innings for his third shutout in a row. In his first start in October, he would again shut out the Mets over 10 innings, but it wouldn't be enough. The Mets would get a solo shot from Darryl Strawberry in the 11th to win the game. During an interview after his 20th win that season, he gave most of the credit to his defense, saying he couldn't have done it without them. In the National League Championship Series, he would lose Game 1 after allowing 3 runs over 5 2/3 innings, but would bounce back in Game 4, only allowing 1 run over 7 innings. He started out the World Series strong by winning Games 1 and 4 and only allowing 1 run, but arm fatigue would finally get to him in Game 7 and he wouldn't make it out of the 3rd inning. He would finish second in Cy Young voting that season, going 21-8 with a 1.93 earned run average. He had 14 complete games and led the National League in shutouts and WHIP. What made this season even more interesting is the fact that he never won more than 13 games in any season before or after 1985.
Name a baseball player that exemplifies what it means to be a great teammate.
Welcome back. Top of the 9th inning, an 8-run game. First pitch on the way is a bender at the knees. Luke Jackson back to work. Addison Barger at the plate, righty-lefty matchup. It's 1-0. Dodgers versus Brewers, 6 o'clock tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Eastern, right here on Braves Country Radio. We'll bring you first pitch, take you all the way through, and then bring you game number 4 of this series. It follows right after it, all right here. The 1-1 swing, that ball's belted high and deep. Going back on the track. She gone, 13-4. A hanger, a banger, over the wall. Good night, Irene. That ball was smoked. How far did it fly? 414 happy feet over the wall. First pitch swing by Clement. He's going to bang it over towards third. It's going to be a 5-3 put out. Yak! One away. Good barehanded grab and stab by Suarez. It's going to drive me crazy until I figure out who he reminds me of. Addison Barger. First pitch swinging by Jimenez. He gives it a ride out there to center field, and it's an F8 in your scorecard, 2 away. 2 down, 13-4 your score. First pitch swinging by Springer. That spring is sprung. He'll drop it into right field, and it's a 2-out single for Toronto. Fifth home run of the game by the Toronto Blue Jays. All in all, 8 home runs total between the two teams. The Mariners, all 3 of the home runs were hit by the 1-2-3 batters. First pitch from Luke Jackson to Nathan Lukes. The bender on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Luke Jackson, a part of the night shift, 2021 Atlanta Brave World Series champions, is the 0-1. Rolls it down the first base line. Jackson will stab Lukes on the chest, and that'll end the inning. but not before Barger barged through the door with a solo shot. It's 13-4. We go to the bottom of the ninth here in Seattle.
Here I was thinking I was copping some straight up gas, but now I'm looking at it, and it is obvious that I have been gas lit, dude. Because that is not good. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get lit off that gas, not gas lit.
I just came to the realization why I'm single. Every guy that I'm like, oh yeah, he's attractive, but I see their wives and they just look like so, like, you know, like, not like this. I pretend my tattoos are gone. Dude, I look crazy. Like, that's why guys don't want to wife me up. And I just come to this realization today.
Shut up, Frank! Shut up! Let's go! Christ, I haven't been here for 9 innings with you! Oh, they lose 1 game! They've lost 5! They've lost 5 out of the last 6! They're falling apart! The Braves never lose!
Armchair.
The proposition to throw the World Series was first brought to me in New York City in front of the Ansonia Hotel. Chick Gandil came to me and said he wanted a conference. He asked me if anybody had approached me on the 1919 World Series with the purpose of fixing. I told him not yet. He asked me if it was fixed, would I be willing to get in and go through with it. I told him I would refuse to answer. Right then. Lefty Williams.
Gandil recruited 6 teammates. Pitcher Claude Lefty Williams. Outfielder Oscar Happy Felch. Third baseman Buck Weaver. Shortstop Swede Risberg. Right-handed pitcher Eddie Cicotti. And the idol of schoolboys all over the Midwest, Joseph Jefferson Jackson.
Last chance for the Mariners, trailing 13-4. Same 2 teams back at it tomorrow night. We'll bring you the call, pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. United will get started tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern, with the Dodgers and Brewers right here, and then we'll transition over into Blue Jays versus Mariners. Busy day here on Braves Country Radio. Armchair Quarterbacks today will be over on Armchair QB Radio and external radio outlets tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. We talk all the point spreads. That'll be on Armchair QB Radio for the football fans. First pitch swinging by Naylor versus Fluharty. Lefty-righty matchup, swung on. That's a pinch hit. I don't know why they have Naylor's name up there. That's Ford pinch hitting for Naylor, and it's a leadoff single for Mariners. Harry Ford, the third catcher on the roster with the base hit. And that'll bring Eugenio Suarez to the plate. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch up top, cutter misses high. It's 1-0. Tomorrow night, in game 1 of the doubleheader, Glasnow is on the mound for the LA Dodgers. Is the 1-0. Top shelf corner, called for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Might have got a piece of it. It's 1-2. They have not announced a pitcher for the Brewers, but in this game, as of right now, it's Max Scherzer versus Luis Castillo. That's an interesting matchup. 1-2 count. Dodgers are expected to throw Ohtani out to the mound on Friday night. The 1-2. Fouls it back. We'll do it again. None of the other teams have announced a pitcher for game number 5 in this series and 4 in that series. Only Ohtani for the Dodgers, Glasnow for the Dodgers in game 3, and then the 2 I just mentioned. 1-2. Swing, saws that off foul. We'll do it again. Be interesting to see where the Brewers go. I mean, they're just limping in the injuries to their pitching staff. I mean, they got a big blow right before the postseason began. Is the 1-2 pitch. Misses high, 2-2. Woodruff had his injury just before the season ended. He would have easily have been their number 2 starter in the rotation. It's kind of remarkable they've made it this far. The 2-2. Chops it foul, will do it again. So I think it's going to be some kind of a bullpen situation. They could go to Quintana. I mean, at this point, I would throw it out there. Jose Quintana is one of those veterans that can get you through a game, can get you through 5-6 innings. He's not a hard thrower, but he's a pitcher's pitcher. He will throw the soft stuff and get you to bang it on the ground. As the 2-2 misses high, full count. Full count. Pitch on the way. Did he go around? Looks like he just peppered it off the plate. We'll do it again. So a full count. This is going to be what, the 10th pitch of the at-bat? The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him. 1 away. That'll bring Mitch Garver to the plate. He's in to hit for Canzone. Lefty-righty matchup. Robles on deck. Crawford in the hole. Runner at first, 1 out. But the M's trail Toronto by 9. First pitch. Up top. Just misses outside. 1-0. The 1-0. Wild pitch in the dirt, goes to the backstop, and Fluharty will be charged with a wild pitch. Ford will head on up to second base. That'll eliminate the double play. Once again, still up by 9. So a 2-0 count to Garver. Lefty-righty, infield back into the left. Pitch swung on, pops it up. High over the first base side, giving chases Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He'll make the catch, bending backwards in foul territory, and there's 2 down. So Mariners now down to their last out. Victor Robles coming to the plate. Same 2 teams tomorrow night, doubleheader, right here on Braves Country Radio. Second part of the doubleheader, Dodgers-Brewers leads us off 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll take you all the way through. Armchair Quarterbacks today will come on tomorrow morning on Armchair QB Radio as the first pitch swinging by Robles, chopped over to first, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will step on the bag, and that'll end the inning. That'll end the game, and the Blue Jays win it, going away 13-4. Player of the game, I think we got to give it to Shane Bieber. I know there's a lot of runs put on the board, but he gave up that 2-run home run in the first inning, then settled down and slammed the door shut. He went 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, 4 hits. He'll get the win. Kirby with the loss after a disaster of 4 innings, 8 runs, 8 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 2 runs allowed. A total of 8 home runs hit by both teams, and that'll do it. We'll see you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. right here. We'll come on the air at 5:30, get you ready for pitch by pitch, play-by-play, doubleheader day here on Braves Country Radio. Please make sure to smash that like and make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you tomorrow. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.